Yo, 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 yo. Hold on. This shit crazy. Oh my god. Rappers who can't accept they falling off type shit. Chapter, hey, I mean, I have to say chapters. What the fuck? Rappers who can't accept they fell off. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm illiterate as fuck. What's some rappers that fell off, chat? Let's see. I know some rappers that fell off, but I'm not gonna name them. Let's go though. Matty Balls, let's go.
Many rappers who blow up are lucky to have
though.
experienced such a rare opportunity. Being able to make a living from making music is something that most people can't say they've ever done. However, when their career starts to decline, there are different ways of dealing with it. One way in particular is to live in denial, holding on to the fame and fortune that they once held so close. So today we're going to be looking into rappers who cannot accept that they've fallen off. Starting off with French Montana. Also, by the way, my name is Matty Balls, and if you guys like music-related videos, make sure to stick around and subscribe. I'm going to be posting one every week
Shout
this year
Matty
at
Balls.
12 p.m. CST on Sundays.
Like a year and a half now.
Yeah, stick around. Now let's get into it.
Chapter 1. French Montana.
French Montana went from having multiple hits in the mid-2010s to faking streams and desperately clinging on to fame by the end of the decade. I'm not going to go too deep into French Montana's come-up since he's been in the game for a very long time. He's released a ton of mixtapes, a handful of albums, and tons of huge singles over the span of his career. He started blowing up songs like Pop That, Lockjaw, No Silence.
Have y'all ever met somebody that said their favorite rappers French Montana? No disrespect, I've just never ever in my life, not even on the internet, I've never seen or heard that shit day in my life. That motherfucker said like, oh, my favorite rapper, French Montana. I'm just saying.
And of course, his biggest song ever, Unforgettable. But one thing that was always notable about all of French Montana's big songs was the features. Most people weren't really tuning in to Unforgettable or No Stylist to hear French. They wanted to hear Sway Lee and Drake. But this is something that French Montana didn't seem to realize until his numbers started going down. His place in hip-hop is made most obvious when you think about that picture Diddy posted on Instagram with Jay-Z, Nas, and Kendrick, with French Montana photoshopped out. Diddy didn't even crop him out. He went through the effort of photoshopping French Montana out.
He did do that shit. Oh my god, I do remember this shit. He photoshopped. Yo, that's
Diddy didn't even crop him out. He went through.
Oh my god! Speaking of Kendrick Lamar and all that shit, oh my god! I just remembered. I just remembered. I forgot to say this shit at the beginning of my stream. That nigga J. Cole fucking copped a plea. Yo, y'all know J. Cole's like one of my favorite fucking artists of all time. He's one of them, folks. Like do you know how much that hurt? Seeing that shit, that nigga apologize. You drop a diss or a warning diss, whatever, and then 2 days later you apologize, man, folks. That shit hurt. I ain't gonna lie, that hurt seeing that. It did. That shit hurt. That shit hurt the soul. That nigga really copped the plea game on some bitch nigga shit. And I be telling motherfuckers, I don't give a fuck how you try to look at it. Oh, bigger man, this, that, woo, fo. It's pussy. The nigga bitched out, fo. That's what he did, fo. God damn it. Just goddamn, fo. We would have had so many, like, so much good ass fucking diss. We would have had so many good ass songs, but the nigga. Yo, that nigga Kendrick really dropped the fucking diss on the industry and shook the motherfucking industry scud. Like, he really did. That nigga dropped that diss and had motherfuckers shook. He make this nigga Cole apologize. I don't want to talk about it, see, because then I'm going to get angry.
Effort of photoshopping French Montana out so he could say 3 kids,
this was crazy,
3 great friends, love you guys. Honestly, I feel bad for him. That had to have been heartbreaking. In 2019, his third studio album, Montana, sold 25,000 copies first week. That's about half of what his previous album sold. Not only that, but he was also caught in a fake stream controversy around this time as well.
Oh, matter of fact, now I think I did hear about this.
December of 2019, Twitter user Carl posted a thread accusing French Montana and his team of hacking into people's Spotify accounts to stream his song Writing on the Walls, with many screenshots of other people saying their account was randomly playing the song. They also noted how the song was 21 on the Spotify charts, but it was 1,192 on the Apple Music charts, which clearly indicated how the streams were being faked on Spotify. I went into more detail on this in my video called The Biggest Scam in the Music Industry, so if you're interested in botted streams, feel free to check it out after this video. And despite how crazy faking your streams is, things somehow managed to get worse for French. In April of 2020, French Montana made one of the biggest mistakes of his entire career when he said that he has more hits than Kendrick Lamar. Lamar. More specifically, he said to Complex, I mean, honestly, you could put somebody like Kendrick Lamar next to me on the same stage at a festival. I might outshine him. Not because I'm a better rapper or whatever it is, it's just that I got more hits. This sent the internet into a frenzy, with everybody clowning on French Montana. He even had Young Thug making fun of him.
Stupid ass said he got more hits than Kendrick Lamar.
Free Jeffrey.
Everybody on the internet collectively agreed that both statistically speaking and musically speaking, Kendrick Lamar is better.
Not only have you never had a #1 hit, Kendrick has had 8 laying in the top 10, while you've only had 2.
You think if you go to a music festival, what music you think you hearing first? Kendrick Lamar's? You think people's gonna recognize French Montana and Kendrick Lamar? Just saying.
Accomplishment, but it's nowhere near enough for you to be like, oh, I got more hits than Kendrick Lamar.
This seemed to be the beginning of the end for French Montana's career. Following this, a hilarious thread started when someone tweeted a Squid Games meme saying, for the next game, you need to name 5 French Montana songs without features. French Montana himself then decided to respond to this tweet with like 14 of his own songs, with the top reply being, all you proved is that French Montana is
Muslim got Muhammad greetings. What you want, boy? How you want me? Watch the chat, gang.
After this, French Montana had a bit of a breakdown on Twitter, just spamming about how people have amnesia and are forgetting all of the amazing albums that he had.
Oh yeah, then he say some shit about Dirt, like they got amnesia, like I did give him a little dirt. Yeah, here's a tweet right here. I remember this.
It turns out, though, that this meltdown and the whole idea that the listeners have amnesia was actually just promo for his next album, They Got Amnesia. He dropped the lead single for the was actually just
no, I don't think so.
Promo for his next album, They Got Amnesia. He dropped the lead single for the album, FWMGAB, right after the Twitter drama. So it was clearly an attempt at promotion. Months later, he released the album, They Got Amnesia. And if you can't tell, it seems like the title of the album was literally inspired by people who apparently had amnesia since they couldn't remember how successful French Montana was. But in reality, it just seemed like he was in denial of what
he was saying to reply.
Right after he got amazing albums that he had.
I got amnesia for now. I prove Montana. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think he did. Or is it right here? Oh, right here. I see it. No, I guess he did. I guess it's one of his tracks is called Motherfucking French Montana. Ha 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 ha.
Album They Got Amnesia, people who apparently had amnesia since they couldn't remember how successful French Montana was. But in reality, it just seemed like he was in denial of what his place was in the rap game. Most recently, he released a million different versions of a bunch of his songs.
Folks Muslim? I guess he is. I don't know. I know folks
likely trying to get more streams or have more of a chance at going viral on TikTok.
Now, what French Montana did was not just release Mac and Cheese 5, but he released it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And if these 6 versions of the album were not enough to get your attention on streaming services, don't worry, because French then went on to release every version of the album's 21 songs as singles, so they didn't just infect his streaming profile, but all of the rappers featured.
One of the reasons he did this with the singles is because it would spam appear on every featured artist's Spotify page. Oh, and
who even is French Montana? A rapper, I guess. Yo, I don't know, boy. This nigga French boy just needs to, you know.
And 26 song version of the album as well, called Mac and Cheese 5 Versions. One person tweeted, "This looks like a cry for help. Like, damn, you must really need some streams." It was honestly just pathetic and very embarrassing for our boy French.
For sure,
and even after all of these horrible marketing gimmicks, French Montana's Mac and Cheese 5 only sold 34,000 copies first week. Not only that, but it seemed like he was involved in a vinyl sales scam in an attempt to boost album sales. Essentially, before his album released, French Montana had vinyls available for pre-order for only $5. According to Billboard, for these sales to count, they would have to be shipped by the album's release date. A Twitter user by the name of Droz said, French Montana sold vinyl records on his site for $5 pre-orders back in January, with all the albums needing to be shipped on release date to count towards sales. It seems almost everyone that purchased it has had it delivered to a random address. This seems to be a case of fake shipping confirmations in order to boost sales numbers for the album. Multiple people responded to the tweet claiming the same thing happened to them. that their record was supposedly delivered but to some random location. So it seems like French Montana's team had a bunch of fake shipping confirmations made in an attempt to get those sales in. At this point in his career, French Montana keeps trying to grasp onto the fame that he once had, when in reality, he's just digging himself a deeper hole.
He's Moroccan? Or how fuck you pronounce it? I don't really know, man. Like I said, I don't pay attention to French Montana. I don't know what the fuck this nigga is. I ain't gonna lie, at first I thought nigga was black. I ain't gonna front my shit. I don't know if that nigga Moroccan. I don't know. I thought nigga was black. I don't know what he is. I don't know what French is. I don't pay attention to this nigga like ever, like my whole life. I don't know what folks in his ass. I thought he was just a light skinned nigga. I ain't gonna front.
Montana's career stinks doesn't mean you have to. Lately, I've been really trying to up my fragrance game and make sure I smell good.
A lot of you niggas do stink though. Let's be honest. W sponsor.
They come in the
W sponsor. W sponsor. W sponsor.
Enjoy this.
W sponsor. W sponsor. W sponsor.
Make sure to use Scentbird. That makes it just like I said. I got some other great.
W sponsor.
Just know
W sponsor. W sponsor. W sponsor. What type of video? W sponsor.
He denied that it was essentially told by.
Oh, yep. Lil Pump on Phone and Gray.
Lil Pump is a rapper who, when he was on top of the world, was essentially told by J. Cole that he would fall off. And when it happened, he denied that it happened. Most of us know Lil Pump.
Damn, Lil Pump. Hey, Chad, be honest though. Keep it 100. Okay, keep it 100. All right, I'm about to ask y'all a question. Keep it 100. Was y'all as like listening to motherfucking Lil Pump? Was y'all listening to Lil Pump? Keep it on it. Like, was y'all like a Lil Pump fan? Was you like bumping his music a little bit? I ain't gonna front my shit. There was a few Lil Pump songs like I fucked with. I ain't gonna lie. Like when he was hot, there was a few songs like I fucked with. But like he wasn't like an artist like I was like constantly like listening to. Like he was one of my favorite. It was just like he had a few songs I fucked with. You know what I mean? But like I ain't gonna lie though. Like that nigga, I don't know, bro. That shit. I listen to YouTube poop off line. What?
Familiar with him, he's one of the main artists that was responsible for the whole mumble rap label. Lil Pump started buzzing in 2016 and blew up even more in 2017.
Yeah, that's when I heard about Lil Pump, like around 2016 when he was like underground, and he kind of blew up in 2017 and 2018 type shit.
Songs like D-Rose and Boss. His songs can be characterized by their lack of lyricism and repeating of lyrics, like D-Rose. Then later in 2017, he released the song Gucci Gang, which absolutely blew up, peaking at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and eventually going platinum. After that, he released his debut self-titled album with features from artists like Lil Yachty, Chief Keef, Gucci Mane, and more. These songs were fun, but the lack of lyrical content was something that many people thought wouldn't last, including J. Cole himself. See, J. Cole and Lil Pump had a little bit of a beef, although it was more
I would not call that shit a beef, boy. To this day, that nigga Polo not Polo, that nigga Lil Pump just was like randomly just saying fuck J. Cole for some reason. To this day, I don't know why. Like, and even J. Cole was so confused, like, what the fuck did I do? Like,
Lil Pump started it all by saying F J. Cole, likely just to piss people off and get more attention. And it worked, as many old heads were mad, and the young kids loved it.
Yeah, fuck J. Cole. Yeah, fuck J. Cole. Nigga, fuck J. Cole. Nigga, fuck J. Cole.
Oh.
You was a bitch ass nigga. You was an ugly ass nigga. You was a bitch ass nigga. You was an ugly ass nigga.
Wow.
This was a trend for a while, but J. Cole never responded, at least directly. However, after releasing his album KOD in April of 2018,
he predicted
people noticed
Lil
that the
Pump's
song
career.
1985 seemed to have something to do with Lil Pump. In the song, he says, "All these people poppin' now is young. Everybody say the music they make is dumb. You gotta give a boy a chance to grow some." He continues, "I heard one of them diss me. I'm surprised. I ain't trippin'. Listen good to my reply. Come here, little man. Let me talk with ya. See if I can paint for you the larger picture." By this point, it's clear that J. Cole is talking about Lil Pump, but decides to take an empathetic...
This whole album, by the way, KOD was a masterpiece, but I can't really listen to J. Cole the same now because the nigga copped the fucking plea and apologized. Like, he's one of my favorite artists. This album was so fucking good, by the way. Now every time I see J. Cole, that's like gonna be the only thing I'm gonna think about is when he apologized. Man, damn. shit made me want to cry. I ain't gonna lie, because I just
approach since Pump was only 18 at the time. Cole congratulates him on all of his success and even tells him to never quit touring because that's where most of the money comes from. But then Cole says, "You could have bought a crib with all that bread you done blew. I know you think this type of revenue is never ending, but I want to take a minute just to tell you that it ain't true. One day them kids that's listening gonna grow up and get too old for that shit that made you blow up. Now your show's looking like they don't show
he was
up,
not lying.
which unfortunately means the money's slow up. Now you scrambling and hoping to get hot again. But you forgot you only popped because you was riding trends. Damn. I'm just telling you what's probably gonna happen when you rapping about
you alright, kid. You say that word.
It's a faster.
I mean, whether you do or not, I mean, what the fuck can I do? I'm not gonna say yes, not gonna say no. I mean, if you say it, that's you. I don't. Hey, fuck. I don't know you. You know, fella. No offense. I'm just like, you know, like what can I do? Beat your ass through the screen. Like, you know. I'm curious. I don't even know what that is, but yeah, type shit.
Route to the bottom. I wish you good luck. I'm hoping for your sake that you ain't as dumb as you look. J. Cole laid out to Pump exactly what the current status of his career was and what would eventually happen, rather than dissing him like many would. Funnily enough, they even had a conversation on J. Cole's page, squashing the beef while Cole seemingly tried to give Pump some more advice.
I guess came up with the J. Cole shit.
Fuck no, you can't say it.
You got your paper? I really wrote it down.
Like, do what you gotta do, though.
If I didn't wrote it out I forgot, yeah.
Oh yeah, they did have this interview. I forgot about that.
Fuck J. Cole, fuck J. Cole, man.
Niggas say okay. Hell no.
But Lil Pump did not heed J. Cole's warning. Slowly but surely, with pretty much every release after 2018, his numbers started going down. People were tuning in, expecting something different from Pump, but he wasn't giving it to them. It was the same gimmick and cookie cutter formula on every song and every album. And by the end of 2020, he was in the exact same position that J. Cole predicted. He even appeared at a Trump rally in 2020.
So fucking random. This was like the most random shit of all time.
As he did literally say F Donald Trump a few years prior.
And speaking of sound, music, and other things, one of the big superstars of the world,
Little Pimp.
There he is. Does everyone know who he is? Do you know how big he is? Come on up here.
It was pretty funny, but just seemed like another publicity stunt for Pump. Eventually, in 2022, he was interviewed by Bootleg Kev, who actually asked Lil Pump if he thought J. Cole's predictions were true.
Do you feel like he predicted kind of like what ended up happening with your rap career?
Nope.
No.
Because I'm still here.
I'm not saying that you're not like still fucking rich and successful. I just mean in terms of like, you know,
popularity.
I feel like there's so many parts of that era of rap where like people got fame so fast. They were so young. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
And I feel like that was some of the foresight that he was saying. Not even necessarily about quote unquote falling off. You know what I mean? You don't think he predicted anything?
I don't think he predicted shit.
Despite Kev trying to ask that in the most respectful way possible.
Let's go one of them. Hey, Pump, folks, look, it happened, gang. Yes, he did. He predicted your career, and it happened, gang. You're not hot no more. You might still be rich. You might not be fucked up when it comes to money, but like, far as like popularity and fame and being out there, like that shit gone. Like nobody gives a fuck no more. Like you just like, yeah, it's like you was there, but it's like you just okay, like you know. Nobody listens to your
Pump had too much pride to accept the fact that he had fallen off. Most recently, he released his album Lil Pump 2, which did not do too well. According to Wikipedia, the album was projected to earn significantly less units in its first week than his previous album, failing to chart on any chart. He was even getting clowned on this for his song Pump Rock X Heavy Metal, which was essentially a really bad attempt at some type of rock song. Regardless, J. Cole perfectly predicted Lil Pump's future, and he was still unable to admit it.
Chapter 3, Smoke Perp.
On a very similar note to Lil Pump, Smoke Perp also had a hard time.
Oh yeah, Smoke Perp. Fucking Smoke Perp for this nigga.
Accepting his position in the rap game after he fell off. Smoke Perp is a rapper who really blew up in the shadow of Lil Pump, although he did have some hits on his SoundCloud, like the song Audi. Just like Lil Pump, Smoke Perp was one of the many buzzing Florida rappers, and even collabed with artists like XXXTentacion. After releasing his song Audi, He followed up with his mixtape Dead Star that debuted at 42 on the Billboard 200, with features from artists like Travis Scott and Chief Keef. He even became a XXL freshman in 2018. But after that, Smoke Perp struggled to make waves. Other than his feature on Costa Rica, which was outshined by the many other guest verses, he didn't really have many hits. Don't get me wrong, he had a ton of songs that performed fairly well throughout the entirety of his career. But just like Lil Pump, his career didn't show much longevity. And just like French Montana, many of his songs were carried by the features. Not only that, but with how close he was with Pump and how much bigger Pump was, Smoke Perp's career was kind of in Pump's shadow. One thing that would hint towards Smoke Perp's downward spiral was his freestyle on Tim Westwood in 2019, which, if you haven't heard, was awful.
I'm a motherfucking stoner. I'm a motherfucking boner. I got a motherfucking boner. Yeah, my effing from the bus, I got a boner.
He claims that he was just having fun, but that didn't stop the entire internet from clowning on him for years to come. The video has a whopping 70,000 dislikes, and they even had to turn off the comments. Even to this day, I think people are still joking about the freestyle. About a month after that, Smoke Perp posted on his Instagram story, first they said I'm falling off. Then their new excuse was we want old Perp. Made the whole Florida Jit album like old Mosh Pit Perp. And now those same people are acting like they been knew I was about to turn back up like this. I'm streaming crazy and my music going up more than ever.
I got the motherfucking bone up.
Saying he was doing better than ever before, and then was trying to promote his next album, Florida Jit. But people saw through it, and one of the top comments is, "Bro can't accept the fact that he fell off, so he keeps lying to himself," which was honestly true, especially since right after that, he released his album, Florida Jit, and it only sold 5,000 copies, and only 130 digital albums were sold as well. He got clowned into oblivion on the internet. So much so that he even played into the joke and said another free project on the way. Perp really took a hit here and wouldn't really be talked about much more until 2022. A video was posted online of Smoke Perp
it was like
performing at a show to a crowd that looked like it was about 20 people. Like the internet does, everyone began making fun of his fall off online. Someone in his Instagram comments asked him, "Is it true that you only had a few people at some show? I saw some video about it, I think." To which Perp replied, "Yeah, there was a show that was pretty empty that I didn't have to do, but I'm gonna give my fans a show regardless, always. I wouldn't be here without them." I think a lot of fans liked this response and thought he was being kind-hearted, but it was a show on his tour, so I think he did have to do it. I think that was a lie. Regardless, shortly after that, Hello Yassine reported that Smoke Perp didn't show up to a show in Cleveland and that the 20 people waiting for him were kicked out of the venue after requesting refunds. A lot of artists struggle to swallow their pride and admit that they have fallen far from where they once were. And some people may believe them when they say that they're doing better than ever. But Perp's actions over the last couple of years have really shown where his career is at. Most recently, he's been seen selling features and trying to nickel and dime his fans.
And they're like, we need approval from
Smoke Perp, I heard about this shit.
A bit of status in the music world. We need a DM from him confirming this release. I'm like, okay, no issue. I text him, and he gets back to me with, "Nah, you didn't pay to clear it." And I'm like, "Wait, what? I paid you for the feature, no?" He's like, "Yeah, but you didn't pay for clearance. You paid me for the feature." So I'm like,
"What's the video? What's that video? What's that link, gang?"
What do you mean? Exactly. Like, why would I do that?
Perp then claimed that his price to clear a song was $10K, but that he would settle for $500, which is a telltale sign that Perp desperately needed some money.
Right as I'm about to press send, he unsends the confirmation message. And everything else about crypto. And I actually screen recorded it because I saw the unsend messages coming up, so I started screen recording it. I'll send this to you, bro.
So basically, Perp was trying to scam this guy, which really shows how far his career has fallen. Not only that, but him and Pump have both been trying to make a comeback recently. And they were actually making TikTok skits in an attempt to promote their latest song, Tesla. And that's always been viewed as a bit of a corny way to promote a song, so it's strange seeing artists that used to be insanely huge doing that on TikTok. And a while ago, he even posted a snippet of him heavily biting Yeet, which people were really upset about. So it's clear that Smoke Perp is struggling to accept the reality of the situation he's in.
Oh, that shit. YBN
Namir is an artist I've covered multiple times.
This nigga be scamming his fans and shit now. That shit crazy.
Had a bit of a meltdown that I believe needs an update. Like I said, I've covered Namir before, so if you want a more in-detail breakdown of his whole career, feel free to check out this video on him after this one. Namir even said he liked it. But basically, Namir blew up with songs like Rubbing Off the Paint.
Wait, he said he liked it?
Namir even said he liked it. But basically, Namir blew up with songs like Rubbing Off the Paint and was fairly successful for a handful of years. He helped put on artists like Almighty J and Cordae.
Why is he mentioning YNW Melly? Melly didn't follow.
Namir himself.
What you mean,
Melly?
Melly's just in jail.
But as Cordae rose, Namir
just
began
can't do
to
shit.
fall in
Free
the
Melly,
shadows
by the
of
way.
his friend. Double that with cringy songs like Soul Train and just overall bad music, Namir began falling off hard. Because of this, Namir started doing a lot of goofy things that led the entire internet to lose any respect they had left for him. He even had his own L compilation. Other than songs like Apostapa with 21 Savage going viral on TikTok in 2021, Namir hadn't seen much success since like 2018. He did briefly sign with Def Jam, but after releasing his album Faster Car Music, it's likely he was dropped since it didn't perform so well. By 2022, it was pretty well established that YBN Namir had fallen off, but even then, he was denying it. He said, "People constantly saying I fell off. Whole time I just be chilling and staying to myself. I've been viral my whole life. This stuff cool, but it's really whatever. They would never really understand." But that was not the last time that Namir would deny falling off, because he went on another huge rant after a recent beef with Aiden Ross. About a month ago, Aiden Ross offered Namir $20K to box.
And then they got to it.
But Namir asked for $100K. Aiden responded on stream saying that Namir was not worth $100K, and instead talked about how he not only would have made $20K, but that he would have also gotten a ton of free promo, and maybe it would have helped to revive his career. Following that, they went back and forth for a little bit.
Same nigga that just paid $2 million for a nigga to sit next to you. Don't mention me if it's some bullshit. I don't give a fuck about no free promo, no decodes and shit, because I'm not that type of nigga.
I got it. Namir, you're not worth $100,000. You fell off. You suck at music. You failed your music career.
Damn.
Namir decided to respond to this on Twitter by showing off all of his platinum and gold plaques, with the caption "one-hit wonder" with a yawning emoji. But the issue was, no one was calling him a one-hit wonder.
Ain't a short
they were
type
saying
shit.
That he fell off. So then he went to show his Google net worth, which is supposedly $4 million. However, those are notoriously unreliable. The top comment on this post is literally, YBN Namir is the first person to claim his Google net worth, which is true because these are super inaccurate. And there was also a bunch of Instagram posts that I can't find anymore because he deleted them, but basically he was posting all these like unreleased songs and playing them out of his notes app with tons of big features and big names, and he was basically trying to show off that he still has hit-making potential. So clearly Namir has denied falling off and decided to flex his money and his accolades. But just like with Smoke Perp, his real situation is revealed by his actions. At the beginning of this month, he was caught charging fans $3 to DM him, and then tweeted about it defending himself. Even more recently, he posted to his story, "Lock in with CEO YBN Namir. Starts with a feature but could easily go to roll with me to all my shows, interviews, premieres, and real studio sessions. A young man will fly you from your hometown and change your life. Call one of my other
This ain't the biggest scam I ever heard in my fucking life. That shit
rapper
crazy.
homies and set up a collaboration for you and make you go.
You fall for
platinum.
this shit, you
when
just
you
a
sign
goofy.
to me, I will blow you up." I honestly don't have any words for this. I have never seen an artist so down bad for money that they're gonna pretend to be a CEO and a professional marketer, and it's just insane. But to be honest, you can't help but feel a little bit bad for people like Namir and some of the others in this video.
I swear to God, I check comments. I'm not the type of person that just, oh yeah, I'm not gonna check my YouTube comments or Instagram. I check all that shit. And I'm like, damn, y'all really saying this? Y'all was just on my motherfucking side. I'll be like, damn, I be feeling hurt in the motherfucking house.
I mean, imagine the entire internet clowning on you for years, making fun of all of your failures. You already got to deal with the financial issues and knowing that your career is over, and now you have a bunch of people online pointing it out to you and reminding you of it. And I would tell you guys to be nicer to these artists because they're people too, but it's the internet, and I know that won't happen.
Shit.
So, I hope you enjoyed the video. You can subscribe. I can ask you to do that. So go ahead, do it.
Yo, man. Hey, you know, shit, you know.
Below. Peace. And thanks again to Sember
Shout my
for
nigga
sponsoring
Mighty
this
Balls,
video.
man.
Make
Shout
sure to click the links
folks, man.
below
That
to
shit
get
crazy.
55% off of your first month today.
Shout out Matty Balls, man. But hey, man, motherfuckers just gotta realize, boy, like sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet, man. Like you fell off, you just fell off. Boy, I know it'd be hard to admit, but like I said, you know, like if it happened your ass, it just happened. Like I know it's hard to admit because that ego, it's like, nah, nigga, I ain't fell off. I'm still before. Hey, some artists be like admitting they fell off. You know, they don't be wanting to admit it, but they do. Oh, fucking great. W video though.